Hi guys, you're welcome back to Judas Fashion Home channel. If you are coming across my video for the first time, you're highly welcome to my channel, and please kindly hit on the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you can get notified anytime I upload a new video. Thank you. And if you are returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. May God bless you all. So in today's tutorial, I'll be sharing with you on how to make this A-line maxi dress with a half circle sleeve. If it's something you're interested in, kindly stay tuned to the end of this video. Thank you. So here are the fabric I'm making use of. So I'm having 6 yard for my Ankara fabric, then I'm having 1 yard for my Duchess fabric. So here is a Duchess fabric. So I'll be using the Duchess for the front facing of this dress. So I've done folding my fabric here, so but I'll be using this paper to illustrate on how I folded my fabric. So let's assume that this part I'm placing my tape is the width of this Ankara. So let's assume we're having all the 6 yards at the width of this pattern paper. So right here I'll be measuring the length of the dress that I wanted to make. So I'll add like extra 2 inches allowance to it. So after doing that, so I'll go ahead and fold my fabric like you see me doing right here. So I'll fold it into two, so that will be for the length and plus the allowance I'll be using to fold my down part, to end my down part. So I'll go ahead and fold it again into four. So that will be for the front and for the back. So after doing that, so I'll go ahead and place my tape rule on my shoulder, at the starting line rather. So I'll go ahead and mark 9 inches for my chest line, and it's also my armhole line. So I'll go ahead and mark 20 inches for my waistline, my half length. So I'll go ahead and mark the full length of this dress. This table is not enough to contain all the length of this fabric, as in the length of the dress I'm making, because this person is a the person I'm making this dress for is a tall person. So that's why I had to move the fabric upward so you guys can see it. So now I'll go ahead and measure the full length of this dress. So the full length of this dress is actually the full length of this my tape roll. So, and that is like 62 inches. So I'll go ahead and add extra 2 inches for the hemming allowance. So after doing that, so I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and bring it down so we can do the shoulder measurement. So now my shoulder measurement is 16 inches divided by 2, that is 8 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark my 8 inches right there, then plus half inches for the allowance I'll be using to join my shoulder to the sleeve. So I'll go ahead and mark that 8.5 inches also on my chest line, that is my 9 inches. Then after, I'll just go ahead and curve my armhole. So right now I'll be taking the measurement of my bust. So the bust of this person I'm making this dress for is 44 inches, then divide it by 4, that is 11, then plus 1 inches for ease allowance and plus 1 inches for sewing allowance. So I'll go ahead and repeat that too also on my half length, that is my waistline. So my waist divided by 4, then plus 1 inches for ease allowance and 1 inches for sewing allowance. So after doing that, so I'll just go ahead and slant it down like you see me doing. So in an A-line shape. So I'll just go ahead and slant it down like that. And this dress, I'll be doing a cut together pocket. So I'll be drafting the, no, I'll be drawing the pocket right here on my fabric. So I won't be joining the pocket to it. So I'll be cutting the pocket together with this dress. So now I've done so I'll still go ahead and curve the A-line shape down downward like you see me doing, to the full length of my dress. So after doing that, so from my 20 inches that I marked for my half length, so I'll just come down to 3 inches, by 3 inches rather. So now I'm having 23 inches right here, so I'll go ahead and mark 7.5 inches for my pocket opening. So you can mark 7 inches also. So I'll just go ahead and curve it like you see me doing right here. So I'll just go ahead and curve it like that. So that is what my pocket will be. So this is the drawing of the pocket right here. So why I'm making 7.5, why I'm um making 7.5 for the sleeve opening, sorry, for the pocket opening, is because I'll still be using like 2 of an inch to join it together. So after doing that, so now I'll be marking the width of my neckline. So the width of my neckline is 4 inches, and the depth of my back neckline is 2 inches. You know, we'll be cutting the back neckline first. So okay, sorry, the width of my back neckline is 3.5, and it's also my front neckline. So the width of the front and the back neckline is 3.5. Then the depth of my back neckline is 2 inches. So I'll go ahead and cut the neckline for the back first. Then I'll go ahead and mark 1 inches down for my shoulder slope. So I'll go ahead and cut my armhole down to the full length of this dress like you see me doing right here. Okay, so I'm done cutting now. So I'll go ahead and put the back aside. So here I'll be cutting the front neckline, and this front neckline is looking like an sweetheart neckline rather. So for the depth of my neckline, I'll come down by 5 inches, then I'll do a four corner like you see me doing. So from that 5 inches, I'll come down by 2 inches, then I'll just go ahead and curve that in a V shape. Then at the center of this part, I'm placing my tape, so I'm having like half inches there. So 5 inches for the depth of this neckline. So that is where the four corner shape is. Then I came down by 2 inches for this V part here. Then at the center of this my neckline, I marked half inches inward. So I'll go ahead and cut it. So now I'll go ahead and open it so you can see the way the neckline is looking. So after doing that, so I'll be cutting the front facing. So this Duchess fabric I'm making use of is very light, so, and I don't want to add an interface to it, so but I'll be showing you the trick I used. So right here, I'll just go ahead and trace out the neckline on my facing. So this facing, I folded it into four instead of into two. So I folded it into four. So I'll be cutting two for this facing. So I've done tracing the neckline. So, and this facing is not, is looking somehow like the shape is somehow. So the length of this facing where I want it to stop, I marked 20 inches, then I added half to it, so making 20 inches and half, 20 and a half inches rather. So now from the shoulder I'll mark 5 inches, sorry, 6 inches. So 6 inches, then the second line I mark is 11 inches. So now for the width of this my facing, I mark 3.5. So I'll just go ahead and slant it like you see me doing, from that 3.5 down to the 6 inches I mark. So I'll go ahead and curve it like you see me doing to that 11 inches. So I'll just curve it. Then at the down part of this style that I saw, as in the inspiration for this style, it was somehow like, I don't know how to explain that, but I don't want to make mine like that. So I just decided to just curve the waist, as in the down part of this my facing. So after this curvy part, and that part I mark as 11 inches, so I just decided to just make the waist as V shape. So I mark the V shape down to the 20 and half inches. So now after doing that, so I'll just go ahead and cut. So after cutting, so I'm having two pieces here like I said earlier. So now I'll be turning the um the face together, like I'll be turning the inside of it here. So I'll be placing the wrong side on the top like you see me doing right here. So I'll just go ahead and hem all the sides of it. So I'll just go ahead and stitch those parts, then I'll go ahead and turn it from my neckline. So here I'll be cutting the back facing. So the width of my back facing is also 3.5 inches. So I'll just go ahead and curve it down. So the length of my facing should be like 10 inches or 9 inches. So right here I'm having the front of my fabric, and so the front of my gown. So right here I've done turning the facing, so I've done turning it inside. I've done stitching it from the inside, then I've turned it out. So I've done stitching the both, you know, I said I cut two facing, so I've done stitching it from the inside, then I turned it out. So the reason why I'm doing this is just for to make this facing to be a little bit thicker. You know, I said I don't want to add an interface to it, so I'll go ahead and use my pin to secure the neckline. So I'll just go ahead and run a stitch around the neckline, then I'll turn my facing over to the right side after stitching it. So I'll go ahead and turn my back neckline also with my facing. So now I've done turning the neckline for the front. So now I'll just go ahead and stitch my facing down to the side. So I'll just go ahead and use my pin to secure it so it won't be moving around. So I've done stitching it down. You can see how beautiful it's looking. So, and I've done stitching my facing to the back also. So now I'll be turning the shoulder. I'll be stitching the shoulder rather. So I'm done stitching the shoulder together. So, and the back facing, so I went ahead to use my hemming gum to hem it down. So now I'll be stitching from the armhole to my pocket area, then down to the full length of this gown. So now I'll be cutting my sleeve. So I'll go ahead and fold my fabric into two, then I'll fold it in a triangular way. This sleeve is a half circle sleeve. So from the upper part, that part that is triangular form, so I'll just go ahead and place my tape, then I'll mark 13. I'll come down by 13 inches. Then after I come down by 13 inches, so I'll go ahead and mark the length of my sleeve. So for the length of my sleeve, I marked 11 inches. 11 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect. Then from that 13 inches that I marked from the starting, so I'll just go up by 3 inches. So that is where I'll be covering my armhole from. Then I'll just curve it like you see me doing. Then I'll go ahead and measure what I'm having there. So after that, I'll go ahead and cut it. So I'm cutting the both sleeve at the same time. So I'll go ahead and open it up. So now if you look at the picture very well, so the tape, there's at the down part of this sleeve, so they tape the down part of this sleeve. So I'll just go ahead and mark 2 inches. So for each sleeve, just go ahead and mark 2 inches for the height of the bias I'll be using to tape this sleeve, the down part of the sleeve. So now I'll be folding this stripe. I'll fold it into two like you see me doing. So I'll go ahead and turn the sleeve to the wrong side, so I'll place it like this. Then after stitching it, I'll just go ahead and turn it to the right side and hem it down. So now here's the dress. So I've done placing the stripe to the sleeve. So after that, so I'll just go ahead and join my sleeve to the shoulder to the armhole area. Then after doing that, I'll just go ahead and hem the down part of this dress. So at the end of the day, this is what we have. So I went ahead to place a stone around the front facing everywhere there. Then I place a little stone to around the sleeve, the hemming of the sleeve where I turned with the bias. So you can see how beautiful the outcome is. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys.